Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear, and you're going to have to excuse my sniffles. Allergy season is upon us. It's amazing. When I was younger, I never had any allergies. It seems like the older you get, you start getting stupid shit like that. But anyway, and yeah, I just paid them the bargain basement price of $11.29 in the Flying J for five Claritin tablets, which are this big, 5 of them, and it says 24-hour relief, and brother, it better be 24 hours on the money. That's all for $11.29 for 5 of them. That's freaking ridiculous. Anyways, so this week's wind problems that we've been having everywhere, knocking trucks over, I figured it might be a good idea to maybe post a video giving you a little hint on how to keep your trailer upright. Okay, now obviously you have to learn your own limitations as far as, you know, driving abilities. We all have different driving abilities, and I'm not the grand poobah or anything like that of driving, but you know, I figure if it's, number one, it depends on how much weight you got in on the trailer, you know, whether it's a van, reefer, or even a flatbed or a tanker. Whatever trailer you got, it depends on how much weight you got in there compared to how hard the wind's blowing. And if you got even with a heavy load, if you get up 55, 60 mile an hour winds, it can take you over if you're, you know, especially if you don't know what you're doing, how to handle it. And I learned from some old timers way back when I first started driving, and they were still running a lot of swinging meat around the country, which I think they do a little bit now, but not very much of it because of insurance. Insurance went, no, we're not. We're sick of all these loads of swinging meat ending up in the median now down on I-80 in Nebraska, and I-80 over in Wyoming, and I-70 going across Missouri. So we're not doing that shit anymore. But like I say, I think there's still a little bit moving around, but I don't see very much, and my trailer's not equipped to haul it. But anyway, like I say, the old timers back in those days taught me how to not end up, you know, how to keep your trailer under control in heavy winds, because that's how those guys usually ended up tipped over in the median. The wind would be blowing really hard, and they'd start rocking, and that swinging meat in there, you know, that would get moving around, and yeah, it'd take you down. And if you're pulling a light trailer, you know, you got a light load in there, or even an empty trailer, it could take you down pretty easily with that, even at 35, 40 miles an hour if you're not careful. So basically what you want to do, let's say I'm driving down the road and the wind is rocking me to the right, okay? The cab of your truck is kind of leaning right. What you want to do is you want to grab your steering wheel and just sort of little bumps. And I'm going to flip my camera here to show you. Just if the wind is rocking you that way, what you want to do is just kind of bump your wheel to the left, and that's going to keep keep everything upright, just straight. And if it's blowing that way, you know, rocking you towards the driver's side, just bump your wheel to the right, and just do it whichever way it's going, and that's going to help you keep that trailer straight. I know it's stupid, it doesn't make sense to me either, but it does work. You know, and like I say, now if you're still having a hell of a time keeping that thing in a straight line going down the road, even doing that, then you need to pull in. You need to pull in somewhere and just kind of take a breather, you know, and try and get someplace where your trailer is facing the wind, or going against it. If your trailer is, you know, either with the wind blowing at its back or blowing towards the front of your tractor, that wind's not going to blow you over, okay? It's not going to take you end over end. Okay, it will knock you if you have the wind blowing directly at the side of your trailer and you got a light load on there, or if it's empty, it will blow you over just sitting there in the truck stop. So you want to try, and it's not always possible. I mean, hell, if it's blowing that hard, you know, there's a lot of guys shutting down, so there may not be truck parking spots, you know, open. So you just park where you got to park. But if given the opportunity, given the choice, take the one where it's either blowing right into your radiator or blowing at your trailer doors. Okay. All right, that's all I got for today, kids. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you on the road. And if, by the way, if you find these videos of mine informative, entertaining, or you just like seeing my smiling face, this one, go ahead and like, share, comment on them, please. And yeah, subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Be safe out there.